What's going on, my red pill brothers, my black pill brothers? Men first. I hope you guys are putting yourself first and you're taking care of yourself out there first before anybody. Don't care who it is. All right. I'm going to do a quick video and I'm going to see if I can make some sense. I'm going to see if I'm going to throw one of many hand grenades to the PUA community. Now, one thing that I've learned is when you're going to have when you have an opposition about an ideology or wherever you stand, one of the main things that you have to do is before you draw a conclusion that you are opposed to their views and beliefs, you have to study and see what it is that they have to say. Now, I don't know about you guys, there has been a major uptick in shaming language, degrading red pill, black pill, MGTOW minded men on live streams. I'm talking, I've never really seen it get this bad where, we're talking they're pieces of shit. Of course, we heard the incel piece, but it's really getting like very bad. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you guys are no longer buying their programs. I don't know what the case is, but they're getting very, you know, very, disrespectful about guys that are just making a decision to go about their way the way that they want to do it for the first time in human civilization when it comes to men. Now, the point that I want to make to them that they do not want to address, that they don't want to speak of. One live stream, I was very tempted to call in and give this opinion, but I figured, I'll just use the platform that I have here to, let you to speak to you guys about it now. The point I want to make, and this is a message to, to speak to you guys and a message to the guys that listen to this PUA bullshit. Everybody knows, I want you to remember, I believe they still have these things now in the Walmarts. And sometimes what they do is they have these bins full of CDs. Now, DVDs, excuse me, not CDs. Well, in some cases, they used to have them in music, but now it's more DVDs. They used to have these big bins full of like DVDs. Now, let's just think of some classics here, fellas. Let's think, you have, maybe let's just use a Fight Club. Let's use a Rocky Four, Goodfellas. Let's say like a gangster flick like a Scarface, right? Let's say that this clearance bin has these movies. Now, and of course, you're like, okay, well, I'm grabbing a couple grocery. I'm grabbing some little ins and outs. And you wouldn't mind like add some of these classics to your collection. What if these movies were all the way at the bottom of that clearance bin? We're talking hundreds of movies grouped up, and what they do is they let you look. You can see through. It's like more of a cage type setting where you can actually look through and you can see what's way at the fucking bottom. Now, there's no way to get it from the bottom or from the side. You have to go through the top. Let's just say we'll use Scarface for example. Scarface, classic movie, in my opinion. It's a classic movie. That movie is all the way in the bottom of a clearance bin. Now, yes, I may want to watch it. The effort that it takes for me to get to that movie will determine how bad I want to watch it, if you kind of get what I'm saying. Yes, I would love to have it. If I can just grab it and go, and it's $4, $5. In other words, I'm not paying full sticker price. It's a clearance price. It's something I can grab and I can go. Of course, I'll take it. I am not digging up a clearance bin with hundreds of DVDs to get this movie that's $5. Yes, it's a classic, but at the end of the day, just the effort alone, I will pass on it. And this is what they're not addressing when it comes to guys deciding that they don't really want to deal with the dating scene. They don't want to deal with the meat market and all these little, these crazy prerequisites that these women are putting forward for these guys. At the end of the day, yes, sure, if there's an attractive woman, guys are heterosexual men. If there's an attractive woman or that a guy finds attractive and of course he wouldn't mind, okay, seeing what's going on. But the thing is, he doesn't want to have to dig at the bottom of a clearance bin to, get access to these subpar women. Yes, Scarface is a classic, but guess what? I've seen it before. I've seen it many times. Sure, I would like to add it to my collection. Sure, I would like to have it added to my notch count of other DVDs that I have in my collection. Sure. But am I willing to go and dig down in a fucking clearance bin at the bottom and take out hundreds and hundreds of DVDs just to get to it? Fuck no. The same for like a dumpster diver, okay? If there's, a perishable item at the bottom, let's say, sometimes people throw things out that are not really expired, like all the way expired yet. How much trash at the top would determine how deep he's going to dive. A dumpster diver is not going to, if the pack of unopened chicken that just expired one day past its expiration date and the meat market throws it out, and he wants to go get it. Now, if it's a whole pile of trash on top of it, it'll determine how hungry he is. In some cases, he'll pass. He'll maybe go to another dumpster or find something else. It's the same analogy. So my thing to the PUA community and for you guys, like at the end of the day, the effort, the things, the prerequisites that, and remember, a lot of these women, it's not even that serious. Some of these women are nickels. And to have the demands that they have of women of a 10, it's not that, sure, if a guy puts effort in, if he does all the necessary things to get this woman, he can. Anything's possible, okay? The thing is, I know me personally. I don't have, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. At the end of the day, I give you guys a reason, one of personal reasons, one of the few of where I have my position on this. Now, I'm not some incel guy, the type that they speak of video games. I rarely play them. If I have free time, I do it. And I'm not the type of guy that has had problems with women. Honestly, I've never really had any major issues of where a lot of guys speak of. The point is this. The morals of the modern day female has conflicted with my integrity, with my morals. There's a conflict there. And whenever my integrity is compromised, I'm willing to walk away from anything. I don't care who the woman is. I don't care how she looks. I don't care how attractive she is. When your morals start to conflict with my integrity, conflict with my standard, the standard that I have for myself, not her. She could do whatever she wants. The standard that I have for myself, I'm just saying what this society has become with the modern day woman, it is in conflict with my morals, with my beliefs, with my integrity. And I'm willing to walk away. I am fine with that. So this is not coming from someone who's had like all these major issues with women. What I'm saying from what I see is they're not really fucking worth it. I don't want to be honest, there was maybe a time, maybe 10 years ago that, my gosh, they were at least, I wouldn't mind doing a dinner, a drink, something like that. But fast forward now, I don't even want to do that. If a bitch is not a layup, I don't really want no part of her. I don't want to take you out to eat. I barely even want to have a drink with you. And if I do it, I have to be a 2-for-1 happy hour special. I don't even want to deal with it because at the end of the day, fellas, most of these women are ran through. If you knew the skeletons in their closet, it would look like a horror house. It would look like a horror house if you knew what the skeletons these women have in their closets. And I'm just not willing to compromise my integrity and my health for this, if you guys understand what I'm saying. So my message to the PUAs that are, throwing, this bad, I know this term is a little cliche with shaming language, but my gosh, the extent that they're going now, I have a feeling they're losing a lot of money. Guys are not buying programs like they used to. Maybe they're not going to seminars or booking tickets. I don't know what's going on. But what I do know is there's been an uptick in the type of language, and the language is getting a lot more disrespectful. calling them, I don't want to say the words here because I'm already on the edge with YouTube. So what I'm saying is this before I go. It's not that some of these guys are scared of women. It's not that some of these guys don't have what it takes to get women. It's not that some of these guys are incels. It's not the case. What it is you got a bunch of guys that do not have the time nor think that it's worth the effort to dumpster dive for a pack of meat over a bunch of trash that only has a 1 day expiration date. It is not worth it to pull out hundreds and hundreds of DVDs out of a fucking clearance bin, which that's what the women are, out of a freaking clearance bin, just to get down to fucking Rocky 4. It's not worth it. By the time I see Rocky 4 at the bottom, something clicks in me and lets me know, you know what, maybe I don't want to watch this fucking movie. Just like that. Okay? You guys take care. More videos to come and more black pill hand grenades coming, because I'm not gonna. It's hard for me to sit idle by to let them just throw shame on the community like this. They're changing the narrative. The things that feminists and women do. They're trying to shift this narrative into any guy that wants to go its own way. They're going to try to box you into a type of group, and your natural reaction is you're going to reject it because you're going to say, well, I'm not that type of guy. What happened is all men are individual people. Every man is an island of his own. The difference is we share a certain philosophy when it comes to how we want to interact with the opposite sex. It is just as simple as that. It has nothing to do with no fucking PlayStation 4. It has nothing to do with aesthetics. It has nothing to do with, all of these superficial things that they're talking about. At the end of the day, I just don't want to dig in the fucking clearance bin for Scarface. You guys take care. More videos to come.